You're listening to another episode of Last Night's Coffee with Chuck and Jon.
Distracted by the washing machine.
All right, praise God. I've got my laundry going right now too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right.
That's a Monday thing, man.
Dude, I'm out of underwear.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not out of underwear. But we'll talk about it.
For a dude, that's when laundry happens.
When you're out of your favorite underwear.
Yeah, your preferred.
You got the other. You had to go to second string.
Yeah. Second string underwear, dude.
Yeah. That now when you make it to the third line, when you had to start rolling in the third string underwear, that's when it's bad.
Yeah, that's really.
That's when you're like, this is not good. And then one of my first string underwear, it's out. I don't know where it's at.
Dude,
I think it got arrested in Athens. I don't know. Anyway,
you know how you buy them in 3-packs, right? I'm missing one of my all-star lineup. Like I'm missing one of those 3. You know what I'm saying?
We can put underwear on the just go ahead and put underwear in the show notes.
First string underwear. I'm flipping that whole thing is the show. This is the show. We're recording right now.
Oh, we're recording now? Okay, yeah. So yeah. Greetings, Earthlings and locally hated bag snatchers. It's Halloween week. The holidays are here, John. This is episode 168.
Yeah. This is going to kick it off, right? The end of October kind of gets us in the holiday mood, shall we say?
Yeah.
And All Hallows Eve is this week, this Thursday. Now, all of your kids are grown. You don't have a single one that's going to be trick-or-treating this year, do you?
No, but I have a wife that's discovered trunk-or-treats.
Trunk-or-treats?
Yes, she is a trunk-or-treat vendor. A trunk-or-treat setuper.
Okay. All right.
But y'all walked in on part of our conversation about laundry and underwear.
Yeah.
And how when it's laundry day, you're running that second string underwear.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then your first string underwear, I got 2 pair missing. I don't know if they got arrested in Athens. I don't know if they're heading out for the draft, saving themselves for the draft.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They might be on vacation in Panama City.
They could still be at the beach. I'm not exactly sure. I usually lose at least one piece of clothing on vacation.
Stop it. You don't lose one piece. What did you lose this last time? Did you lose anything?
I don't know yet. I'm guessing it's underwear.
One of your favorite pair?
One of my favorite pair. One of my first string. You always take your first line. You take your varsity starting underwear on vacation.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
I mean, you can run second string and third string the week leading up to it, getting your varsity ready.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You always want to save it.
Because you don't, of all the things on vacation, you want comfortable underwear.
Yep. That's one of the times you want to be comfy.
My first string, they all come from Duluth Trading Company. They are not a sponsor, but they should be.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We're not gonna get into the specifics of what kind of underwear you wear, but what's your second string?
My second string is I think it's New Balance.
Oh man, that's good. That's hilarious. Yeah, I'm rocking. What do I got? I got Hanes for my first string.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, I know.
You're like a freaking. You're a daggum. What's Georgia Southern? What league is that? What conference is that?
Like single A.
You're Georgia Southern underwear, and I'm over here rocking the freaking Georgia Bulldogs in the SEC, man, and dominating with my underwear.
No, I feel like Hanes is doing pretty good. Like that's
because you haven't had the Duluth Trading Company underwear yet.
Yeah, is that what it is?
That's what it is. It's exactly what it is.
Where do you buy this from now? Do you have to order it?
You have to order it online.
Okay. Okay. Are you about to learn me something right here, dude?
Yeah.
You're going to blow my mind with some underwear, dude. My wife loves to buy me underwear. She's always talking about how I need underwear. And I'm like, how many freaking pairs of underwear do I need?
You can never have too many underwear.
Yeah, she's always talking about that.
On vacation, I try to pack double the days of underwear.
Why?
You never know when you might blow a motor.
Dude, I'm not throwing that many rods. You know what I mean?
I mean, dude, you get
dropping that many valves while I'm on vacation.
You get the wrong raw oyster, and if it don't kill you, it's gonna make you stronger.
Yeah, it's like getting your oil changed with the wrong kind of oil sometimes.
Oh man, they got these on sale. I need to order some.
Oh man,
the Dang Soft is my favorite.
Okay.
So they've got different, flavors, if you will.
Sure.
In their in their lineup. And the Dang Soft is my favorite, and that's the pair I can't find right now.
Do you buy them one at a time? Do you have to buy them one at a time?
Yeah.
Oh man.
They're $17 a pair.
Oh man.
Yeah. And they got their men's Dang Soft bullpen boxer briefs.
This is exactly why I have not bought any. Are you kidding me? $17.99 a piece?
No, 17 even.
Okay. Oh, just 17 even.
That's on sale.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
This is exactly why I don't have those kind of underwear. Dude, because I can buy a like a 6-pack of Hanes for that much, dude.
If you want to win a national championship, you got to spend some money.
Look, man, I got 3 kids. I got 3 small kids I'm trying to support over here, dude. Hanes, I really feel like I've done something by wearing some Hanes, man.
Now, okay, so I've got 3, but only one of them's at home, so that freed up some cash flow right there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at it. Is your wife going to go to Victoria's Secret and buy underwear? I mean, we don't have to go into details or anything, but
I get her gift cards there sometimes for like anniversaries or birthdays or things like that. Okay.
Do you prefer that she goes there and buys?
I mean, it makes her feel better. I could really care less. I prefer without anything. You know what I mean?
So if you take that same, you deserve the good underwear, John.
I don't know, man. Maybe I'll bite the bullet. Maybe I'll try one pair.
Your balls will love it.
They'll thank me.
They will thank you. You'll be in a better mood at work. How do you think I stay so chill?
Dude, that's not going to happen.
It's all about the underwear, man. You got to start with a good base. You build a good foundation. Right? If you're going to build a house, you build a good foundation, right? If your foundation's no good, the house is no good.
It definitely starts at ground level. You're right.
Same way with your workwear.
It starts at ground level. And look, I will say this. I bought some fleece-lined long johns, and if you have not purchased some of those, man, do yourself a favor.
Oh, that's a game changer.
Holy smoke. I can't wear the old school ones anymore. Like, I can wear them maybe when it gets really cold over my fleece lined or something, but like just wearing those on my on like as my base layer now, forget it, dude. I don't want nothing to do with those old school ones.
Yeah. I think the name of this episode is going to be First String Underwear.
First string underwear, dude. That's for sure. Oh, what's my second string? Russell. I got Russell.
Oh, okay. So my my third string. What's your third string?
Okay. My third string is pre-snip snip. I wore like regular cotton boxers like a teenager. You know what I'm saying? Like, wide open. You know what I mean? But
so that's your third string. When you have to go to those, the washing machine's broke.
Yeah. The pre-vasectomy, right? When I got my vasectomy, I realized how nice it was to have your balls hugged because I had to buy some.
Yeah.
After my vasectomy to keep them kind of tucked up in there. Sorry, any ladies. I doubt we have any female listeners. Really. But yeah, I pre snip snip, man. I was wearing those teenager just regular old cotton boxers, just loose.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
So
what about you? What's your third string?
Third string, it's more like special teams.
It's stragglers from like random packs of past.
Well, that, and so like there's a good chance that I'm gonna probably get up and work on something and then want to take a shower before I go to work.
Yeah.
So you don't. It's a practice team.
Okay.
Practice team. So,
so wait, you wear multiple underwear a day. So you're changing your underwear to come to work.
If I take a shower, I am.
Okay.
I'm not putting sweaty underwear back on.
No. I'm not saying that. Okay. But do you shower twice a day? Do you shower when you get home too and change your underwear again?
No, it's just. But anyway,
sometimes when you doze off on a chair.
That's what the house coach for. I slept in a chair for a long time last night. Good. No, anyway, it was 5:30 when I got up to go to bed.
Oh man. Oh, question. I know. Okay. Wait, you're trying to finish something?
Yeah, I'm trying to finish something.
All right, go ahead.
All right. So Mary Beth ordered some Columbia underwear. No, or bought it. She got it somewhere.
Yeah.
And it don't have a fly hole.
I don't like it.
She didn't know that when she bought it.
I don't like it.
I didn't know that was really a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's special teams. Now, where that will mess you up is if you forget those, you have those on. And you're like, man, I gotta pee. And you go to pee and you're like, oh crap.
No fly hole, dude.
You got to go over the fence instead of through the gate.
And it kind of pinches, you feel like a little water hose king.
You don't get don't get good service that way.
That's right. That's not how you get a good clean of your of
so everything. Those are, if you run into me in the middle of the day, I might have those on.
I got you. So that's the problem with the Russells. That's why they are my second string. They would make first string if they had the pee hole.
Mm-hmm. Understood.
Yep.
If they don't want to run into an issue where you need to break out.
Right. Exactly.
But your coverage is in your way.
Exactly. Here's my question for you, dude.
Okay.
Have you worn, when you were a child, maybe you didn't know any better. I'm not, no judgment. Hand-me-down underwear. Or like a friend's?
No. I'm weird. I've always been weird about underwear. I get mad if I will get mad at Charlie if I find my underwear in his laundry after he's washed it. Even if it was just like got put in there,
Yeah.
But you wear my underwear? No, Dad, I'm not. I'm suspect right now.
Underwear.
I'm suspect. Yeah. Not me. I'm suspect right now that my favorite underwear he could have stole. No one in this house is innocent.
Dude.
No one. Not even the dogs.
When it comes to first string underwear, we get protective, don't we?
Look, man, they're always trying to get, that sometimes they want to enter transfer portal.
Right.
That's not cool. What'd you do this weekend besides get woke up by fighter jets?
Yeah. I was about to say Saturday I got woke up by fighter jets. That was not exactly pleasant. I think I did Friday too. I don't know, man. We had the air show. Of course, that I never got to see anything. It was all just hearing this year. I never saw anything, which is odd. I normally get to watch some of them.
They kept it pretty tight.
Yeah, they did. They did. I can't believe we spent like 10 minutes talking about underwear.
This is you got to build a good foundation.
Yeah. Starts from the ground up, dude. Yeah. So I got woke up by fighter jets. I worked on some cars. I had a pretty normal weekend, man. We have the World Series going on, so I was kind of poking my head around, watching some of it here and there. It's the Dodgers and the Yankees. Dodgers are leading right now 2-0. Did you see how that game 1 ended, though?
Look, They say that guy used to play for the Braves. And I think Freddie Freeman's probably going to have a pretty good baseball career.
I mean, first ever World Series walk-off grand slam.
Yeah, I've talked a lot of smack about Freddie on this show after he left the Braves.
Yeah.
But you got to appreciate that. That's why you watch baseball.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man.
That's why baseball exists, for moments like that. And they've been playing so long that the first time things happen less and less.
That's true, dude. That's true. And like, that's not a far-fetched stat. You know what I mean? Like some of these ones where it's like, oh, he's never hit a double with a runner on third and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like,
the wind coming out of the east.
Yeah, in the ninth inning. And I'm like, I don't
While
care.
There's a blizzard in Chicago, but he's in Miami.
This is like,
there was a hurricane 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. This is a serious stat, you know, a walk-off grand slam in a World Series. Like, I was thinking about it, dude. What's better? The only thing better I can think of is if it was like a Game 7. If it was like, this is the end of the World Series.
Golly. Game 7, down by 1.
Yeah, and you come up in that, or down by 3 in that scenario. You know what I mean?
3, full count.
Right. And it's the 10th
that's
inning.
The only
you can walk it off right here.
Yeah. But the way he did it, that was on the first pitch, wasn't it?
I think so. Yeah. I've watched it's phenomenal, dude. It's such a beautiful moment to watch, because you're right. Like, those types of moments in baseball are so few and far between right now with how long they've been playing.
And is especially since everybody thought the Yankees were going to win out.
Yeah, and here we are with the Dodgers ahead 2-0, right?
Yeah, I can't stand the Dodgers, but I'd rather see them win than the Yankees.
I hate both of them, dude. I cannot stand either team. I'm trying not to really keep up with it. I'm trying not to watch it. I'm trying not to give them any ratings. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like that Freddie Freeman grand slam, you got to watch that, right? Like you got to.
Yeah. I didn't even want to watch it, and I watched it 4 times.
Right. It's one of those clips, man. It's one of those clips for sure, dude. What did you do this weekend?
Friday, I had to make a run to Jackson.
Okay.
So I made my run to Jackson Friday. Pick up some wheels for Charlie's truck. That was kind of fun. Saturday, I was supposed to do all kinds of stuff. I got up early. So when Dad walked by, I went and walked with him while he walked his dog. Because his dog's not smart enough to just go out and go to the bathroom.
Right.
He will leave.
Roy will run away, right?
Yeah, Roy, and we can't have that. My dogs, we walk, it's like, whatever, okay, I'm ready to come back in.
You'd think Roy would have learned his lesson.
I mean, you get shot in the head twice, you think it would, but...
God, I'm not trying to be a jerk here, but...
He's not the smartest dog there ever was.
You'd think Roy would have learned his lesson.
But anyway, so I was cutting wood for Charlie's bonfire and all this weekend for his birthday party.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm going to go sit down for a minute in the house. And I sat down, and then I took a nap.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh, how was that?
It was strange.
I was about to say, that's new. We don't talk about those things on a weekend review.
And then Mary Beth woke me up excited because she saw the fighter jets.
She'd been seeing them all week at work.
Huh?
Hadn't she been seeing them all week at work?
Yes, but she saw them. She's got a video of them crossing 74 in formation. Like,
okay.
Yeah,
so pretty cool video.
It's a pretty cool video, but she's like, I just saw the fighter jets. I was like, she goes, was you napping? I was like, yeah.
Oh man.
So she's all excited. I was not excited, but I turn on qualifying for this race down in Cordell, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the World Crown 300. It's the first time this race has been back in almost 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the one of the crown jewels of long distance asphalt racing, late model, yeah, all that. It's big. It's a big deal.
Big deal.
And one of Charlie's Speed U teammates hadn't gone out to qualify yet, and I'm like, "What the heck? Bubba qualified like 19th," and I'm like, "Oh, this ain't good." There's 3 cars left for qualifying. Seth comes out there and lays down one of the slickest laps I've ever seen on that track.
Really?
And sets it on the pole.
No way.
Yeah.
So you got a Speed U student
on the pole in his first super late model asphalt start in a crown jewel event.
Impressive.
On top of that.
Dude.
So
impressive.
Mary Beth walks in the door and I'm like, "Seth's on the pole. We should go watch that race." And she's like, "Okay." Like, oh. Or then panic set in because then I'm like, "Well, now I got to drive to Cordell." She's agreed to this.
Right.
So started doing the math. We figured we could make it down there before they started. We got down there about 30 minutes before they started the feature and sat there and watched 300 laps of super late model asphalt racing.
Man, 300 laps, dude?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
So
that's a lot of racing.
2 tire changes, so that's 3 sets of tires. Yeah, it's a lot of racing. It's not like watching a dirt race where it's like, okay, here's what's, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. So you're having to sit there and watch, okay, who's getting runs, who's coming up through the field, who's going back through the field, who's on this strategy. It's because there was a caution and like Bubba short pitted, so the next caution that put him up at the front. And then, but he just didn't have the speed. Seth ended up 5th.
Okay.
So that was pretty good.
Where did Bubba stay towards the back? I mean, you said he started the race 19th. He finished 7th?
Yeah, 7th or 8th or 6th. Okay. Somewhere in there. He was a top 10.
Top 10. That's a good finish.
No, and yeah, it is a good finish, but the last 4 races that they've had of super late models down there at that track, he's won.
Okay, so the expectation was for him to do much better.
Yeah. Gotcha. He shows up and he's not even qualifying in the top 10. So,
and a Speed U student beat him out, dude.
Yeah, and I mean, Seth, passed him competitively on the track. So
that's fantastic. Finished 5th.
Yeah. That was awesome. His goal. That was his goal. He told he said he wanted to finish 5th. They set it on the pole, wanted to finish in top 5. And he went out there at the middle segment. They just rode around in the middle of that. I was like, man, he ain't got much going on. And then after they put that last set of tires on, he come on up through. And
that's fantastic, man. I'm not very educated on racing, obviously. It's not been my thing. I didn't grow up in it. That's been your thing for most of your life. So I find it so fascinating when I listen to you talk about it. But like, I noticed, I'm trying to pick up on things, right? And so with Charlie racing this last year and him getting all those top 5 finishes, and then at the end of the year, you notice those top 5 finishes really add up.
Yeah.
At the end of the year, when you're looking at the winner or whatever, you know what I mean? Yeah, I guess that's points. The idea is the points, right? Who's the winner. And so I get that. I get the mentality now. It's all, you know what I mean? It's not if you ain't first, you're last or whatever.
No, if you ain't,
it's not that. It's not that mentality. I mean, I get wanting to win. I understand that mentality, but at the same time, top 5 finish at a race is spectacular. Like that will add up at the end of the year.
The great Dick Trickle would say, he won 5th. He's like, what do you mean you won 5th? He said, well, I might have finished 5th in this race, but I beat 6th on back. So I won 5th.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's a good way to look at it. And I didn't realize the impact. Like those top 5 finishes, like I said, they just add up at the end of the year.
Yeah. Yeah. And Charlie ended up 4th in points.
Yeah. I mean, that's fantastic, dude. For his first year in that kind of car, that's fantastic.
Yeah. And it's going to be faster next year.
I don't doubt it. I do not doubt it with that boy behind the wheel, man.
We got some things we're gonna do, and all that.
Did you get a chance to watch any football this weekend, brother?
I was on a bye week.
You were on a bye week? No football for you, huh? Well, you were in Cordele on Saturday. You sent me that picture of the racetrack, and I sent you a picture of the college football on TV. I was watching that, what was it, A&M game, I guess? The Texas A&M versus LSU.
I don't even know what happened in football this week.
There were no upsets, really, to speak of. I don't even know how that LSU Texas A&M game played out. I know the Falcons won their game, so I was really excited about that. Falcons got it done against the Buccaneers, so they own the Bucs this year. Fantastic job. They had to play them in Tampa. Was it in Tampa? I think. Yeah. But Tampa Bay was missing their top 2 wide receivers, so the way I saw it, like, this was their opportunity to strike. You know what I mean? If they were going to win, they really had to win this game.
I've been seeing a lot of highlights from Ladd McConkey and Brock Bowers in the NFL.
There's some bad boys, dude.
They're the real deal.
They're the real deal, man.
They sure did. They sure did make Carson Beck look good last year.
Yeah, they did, man. They did.
He even believed that he was that good.
Well, he's looking more and more lost out there. He's looking more and more like a different character from Ice Age. He's looking like the squirrel who can't find his nut now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You did end up losing to Texas A&M, and I think that was the 2 last undefeated teams in the SEC.
Really? Both of them?
Yes.
Wow.
In SEC play, in conference play. So now Texas A&M is the only SEC school does not have a loss.
Gotcha.
So does that mean they play in the freaking do they play in Atlanta in December? Is that how that works now?
Dude, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Freaking hilarious.
I don't know. I've been wondering how this is going to work out. And I know we kind of we're thinking about it last week, right? We were kind of speculating on some things on who was going to play in some championship games, but I think it's all up in the air at this point. I think we've just got to wait for some more of the season to play out and see what happens. I don't know how many conference games are left for each team, but I think we just got to give it some more time.
I know Georgia's got to play Florida and Tennessee still.
Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting.
Yes.
And then the Georgia Tech game.
Yeah.
This year is going to be on a Friday night.
I know. I saw that. I don't like it, man.
I know you're not going to be able to watch it.
Well,
I mean,
technically,
not with as much intent as you might watch it.
Right. I can't sit there and solely focus on that. No, unfortunately not. I can have it playing in the background.
You can keep up with it. You can listen to it.
Yeah, you better believe I'll have it on in the background on Friday night. No one's up there.
I might have to have me a daggum. I might have to have me a Bulldog party.
Hey,
we got one of those projectors. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, we bought a projector this weekend. It was like $80, or no, it wasn't even $80. It's like $69.
Can you project it on the side of your house? What color is your house? Would it work?
My house is green.
Wouldn't work that well.
But we also bought a projector screen stand.
Oh, Lord.
So we could put it wherever we want to.
Oh, Lord. I got you, man. I got you.
So I could technically put it in the trees off of my back porch and sit on my back porch, and there's a game magically playing like a hologram in the woods.
Yeah. That would be amazing. Awesome. Yeah. You should do that as like a Halloween decoration, dude.
For who?
Yeah, I guess no one comes down there, huh? Be for
The
your
dogs.
own.
I get to see the grandkid this weekend. That's gonna be fun.
Oh, that would be good.
Dude, so check that video out that I sent you.
All right, I'm pulling.
Or do we want to go to a commercial break and then check it out?
No. We'll go ahead and watch this, man, because this is pretty crazy.
All right, are you at the beginning?
Yes, I am at the very beginning. Are you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
He just gets impaled.
Oh. Just nailed in the head with that rock, dude.
So this is Japanese safety training videos.
That one terrifies me, dude, because where are they going? This is a mechanic. This is...
Dude. Well, he won't do that again.
They gave you 3 different angles of that mechanic getting squashed, dude.
Oh, that was some Final Destination crap right there. That one was after him.
Yeah.
Why is it going to happen?
Why is he on cables?
Oh, he's going to get smooshed.
Why is he moving a wedge?
I like the sound effect. Like,
oh no!
Duh. You look like Donkey Kong.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Oh my gosh. And to think the Japanese are showing that to people to be safe. That's like an employee safety video, right?
Yeah.
That's insane, man. I would be dying of laughter if someone showed me that.
Yeah, but you know, the Japanese are not. They're being serious.
Dude, let's take an ad break. That was Can we take an ad break?
Yeah, let's take an ad break. So you don't hyperventilate over there or something. I thought we was already an ad break. I didn't start looking at my phone. We'll be right back after this.
Thanks for sticking with us through this ad break, guys. I'm here to tell you about one of our sponsors, Eileen Ayers with Bush Realty. You can check her out at movingcoweta.com for all of your real estate needs in the Metro Atlanta area. That's movingcoweta.com. Eileen Ayers with Bush Realty. Now back to the show.
Politics.
I wonder if he's aggravating, like if you're just hanging around him. Like if he's like,
I don't know.
Like he's like the daggum Guy Fieri of sports entertainment. You know, it's like, does he bring that energy? Is he like Flavor Town all the time?
And we're back.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen.
You forget I get.
How long we been back?
He's a Guy Fieri.
He's Guy Fieri of sports. I mean, you kind of like the show sometimes.
Oh man,
but
that's hilarious.
So Rogan's had some pretty good guests on here lately.
Yes, he has, man. One of them I was going to talk to you about today, but there's a little bit more of an important one to talk about, shall we say?
You want to talk about Luke Bryan?
No, actually, I really liked Brian Cox that was on there this week.
Yeah, I didn't listen to that one.
The guy from CERN. Yeah, I figured you hadn't listened.
I'm not. I enjoy learning about some of that stuff.
Yeah.
In the clips version on TikTok. Like right, I can't deep dive into some of that CERN stuff because I'll be trying to figure out how to make it work on a race car.
Well, let me just say this really quick. This is a quick soundbite from it.
Okay.
Supercomputers.
Yes.
You're aware of them, quantum computers, things like that.
Yes, I've studied them.
Okay.
In some book series.
We aren't exactly sure how they're computing. And one of the theories, I love this. One of the theories is it's opening little miniature wormholes and drawing from multiverses, many worlds theories. Because in the world of quantum, things are everything all at once, kind of. They're in no position in the world of quantum. Particles or anything, shall we say. It doesn't actually have a place in the quantum world. And so they're thinking that they might be open worlds. So, yeah, let me give you that little nugget to chew on throughout the day.
Yeah, I'll probably forget that by the time I walk out the door of the studio. The other guest he had on, Luke Bryan, which was like he's the Nickelback of country music.
He kind of is.
We all listen to him.
Tight jeans.
We all listen to him, but we don't talk about it.
No, I don't listen to him.
Just like you say, you don't listen to Nickelback, and I know that's a lie too.
Dude,
I know you're through with standing in lines at clubs you never get in.
No, I just want to let you know, one thing I forgot about this weekend is we did go get a new kitten. And we thought we were going to get a boy kitten. And I had agreed on the name Creed for the cat. So on the way there to pick up the cat, we're forcing the kids to listen to Creed the whole way. Hold me now, and I'm 6 feet from.
No, it's hold me now.
So, yeah, that's hold me now. Yeah, it was great, but we got the cat. It was not a boy; it's a girl, so we didn't name it Creed.
What'd you name it? Chippy?
I wish, dude. My youngest is all about the name Chippy. So we named it Nelly. So we haven't.
Give me the Chippy one.
I know. I love the idea. Give me that Chippy one over there. You know what I mean? My youngest loved the idea, but we went with Nelly because we have an office theme to our animal naming. We have a Beasley for Pam Beasley. We have a Toby for Toby Flenderson, also another character on The Office. And now we have a Nelly, who was a character late. She was a late bloomer. She came in on like season 7 or something like that.
Okay.
But she was a redhead. And so a female redhead. And this is a orange cat. So it's an orange tabby cat. So
well,
we named
did you get it some Air Force Ones?
No. I love that idea though, naming it after the St. Louis Raptor, the St. Louis Rapper.
Yeah. Get that country grammar.
Cool. That country grammar, dude. No, so we were talking about Luke Bryan. Let's bring it home here. Luke Bryan.
So Trump was
let
on.
me tell you this. Let me say this about the Luke Bryan podcast real quick. To me, it just seemed like two guys talking about how they spend their money.
Yeah.
It seemed like two rich guys just telling stories about how they spend their money. They're like, "Oh, we went on this elk hunt for 2 weeks over here in Montana, and I've got this property down in Florida, and man, I'm building this lake on it. And I tell you what, it don't do nothing compared to the lake I got over there in Georgia, though."
Yeah,
like it was just like, what are you even talking about? He's talking about having to harvest 50-something thousand pounds out of his lake. Dude, that's just the people who maintain your property lying to you so they can go fishing all day, every day. What are you talking about, dude?
You've got a guy that fishes every day.
Yeah, that's what you have.
I mean, you've got a guy basically
you pay a guy to fish all day, every day. That's what you do.
Somebody come up and said, "Hey man, you know that song Hunting, Fishing, and Loving Every Day?" Well,
yeah,
I'm that guy. And you can just
yeah,
and Luke said, okay.
yeah. My idea, just throw a turtle in there. One
No.
One
This is
turtle.
a pristine fishing pond.
Let the turtle and then catch the turtle. Let him go wild for a weekend and then catch him. Or like he said, let the otter come through for a day or two.
The otters were devastating.
Holy smokes! I didn't realize they could wipe out a lake like that.
We've had them wipe out our catfish ponds in Jackson.
Dang, man! And so he's talking about them just leaving the carcasses on the shore because they don't care. They're just like whatever.
Yeah, yeah. Ugh. We had them legit wipe out our catfishing pond over there.
Just killing for sport. That's crazy. That's like a cat.
Yeah. It's like a water cat,
dude. They are water cats.
Water cats. But Trump was on there.
Yes. Rogan also had Trump.
Now we're not going to get political. We're just going to give our opinions of what we liked, and there wasn't really anything I disliked about the show.
Yeah.
I did notice Trump was a little bit at first. I don't think he realized that this was going to be a non-combative conversation.
What do you mean?
I felt like at the very beginning, he's used to having to defend everything so much that he says that he was a little tense, little bit, on defense.
Yeah.
And
he did seem to loosen up after a while when he realized that Joe was like a conversationalist.
Yeah, when they're just two guys sitting around talking.
Yeah, yeah.
I liked when he got to talking to Joe about the combat sports.
Yeah, he's a big fan, man.
Yeah, Trump's really a fan of that stuff. Now, I did find it funny that Trump can't just give you an answer. You can't go, hey, dude, how was that hamburger?
Yeah.
And he'd go, man, that's pretty good. He's like, he'd be like, Trump, Don, how's that hamburger? He'd be like, well, Wendy's is one of my favorite restaurants. And they're such great buildings. The people there are great. Their founder, Dave Thomas, he was a great guy. Wendy, she's great.
Yeah.
They're great. It's huge. He can't just answer the question of if it was a good hamburger or not. He's going to tell you the history that he knows of the situation, which is pretty good. I mean, sometimes it's interesting, but it's like, come on, dude, just tell me if it's a good hamburger or not.
Well, he's telling you the history of his perspective on hamburgers.
Yes, his perspective. The first time I walked into a Wendy's, I was like, wow, this is a Wendy's.
Yeah. He'll like give you the full history of his perspective on hamburgers just to not tell you how this one is.
I didn't realize, and I've read what's that book of his, The Art of the Deal? I've read that.
Yeah.
And I still didn't realize how tough it is building some of those buildings he builds.
Sure.
As far as just the paperwork side of things.
Sure.
So
that was one thing that he did get into detail on, right? Was like, you could really see him talking about like different types of concrete and this and that and the other. When it came to construction, when it came to building, because that's who he is, right? He's a freaking real estate mogul. Like this guy builds real estate. He builds freaking Trump Tower, right? Like, come on. But that was one of the things I noticed was he got really into detail on that specific subject. But most other things, he is a big picture guy.
Yeah.
You're not going to get very much detail out of him on other things. But he was he did seem to emphasize you know, how important it is to hire the correct people.
Well, that's the Joe Gibbs model.
Yeah.
Any good coach understands hiring the good people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think that is how he gets by being the big picture guy. He can give out these like quick, like little takes on subjects, but don't get him in the weeds on stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, don't get him into the details of how we would actually do something about the homeless problem in America. Don't get him into detail on how we would actually do something to make America healthy again. You know what I mean? Don't get him into detail on these side effects of vaccines. Right. Don't, you know what I mean? Those aren't good things for him to get into detail on.
No.
But big picture, he's great at being able to know the talking points on all of those subjects. You could see it. Like, he knew what buttons to press for, especially for his voter base. He knew what buttons to press on every topic.
Yeah.
He was sharp.
Yeah.
He did see him get a little bit comfortable there towards the end. You know what I mean? And he seemed like he was actually enjoying it. And he was like, oh, this is kind of like a conversation. He said something about coming back, right? Wanting to come back.
Yeah, he wants to come back and do another 3 hours. I had to break it up into segments. I wasn't really into it first, but then I got flowing, and
it takes a while. So I think it came out actually on Friday night. Like, for some reason, I was able to listen to it at like 10 o'clock on Friday. So that's how I spent my Friday night.
Boom, it's here.
Yeah, that's how I spent my Friday night at work, was just with that on. And I listened to the majority of it pretty well. You know what I mean? I didn't tune out too much. But you're right. It was a little slow going at first. Dude, no one is capable of keeping that guy on track. You hear me?
It's not
nobody is capable of keeping that guy on track and like on this one journey. Like, just trying to get that one answer out of him that Joe was trying to get. Like, what did you think it was going to be like? And then what was it actually like when you got in there? He never answered that question.
No.
And I'm not saying that to his detriment. I'm just saying he never really got to the heart of the question that Joe was asking.
He might still be in awe of it.
It's an odd question to ask, right?
Yeah.
Who's ever asked the president such an honest question like that?
Yeah, everybody wants to, know what the president's opinion is, but they never ask him how he feels.
Yeah.
About something. And I think that kind of threw him for a loop a little bit.
Yeah, it's typically all about opinions, right? Like, which turns into talking points, and again, he's able to whip those off the top of his head. But when you ask him about his own personal feelings and like what was he experiencing and going through, yeah,
Joe, my feelings were huge.
Yeah,
they were huge feelings. They were bigger than any feelings I've ever felt. I didn't know the feelings.
Did you see? Look, Tony Hinchcliffe came out at the Trump rally at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, I hadn't watched the clips yet, but I saw he was there.
He makes a pretty good joke about how they got Jay-Z and Beyonce and a couple of other people endorsing Kamala now. It's looking more and more like a P. Diddy party rather than a Democrat party.
Yeah. I guess Tony's all in on Trump.
Yeah, he's endorsing Trump for sure.
Okay.
I would take him speaking at a rally as an endorsement. You know what I mean? Like, whether you like it or not, that's pretty much an endorsement. Well,
he's got one gay guy then.
Yeah, he's got one for sure. Milo's probably voting for him, right? Is Milo still out there?
Milo. If Milo is still allowed to vote, Milo's probably voting for. What happened to Milo? Is anybody getting on Milo lately?
Dude, he got canceled and left. No one's listening to him anymore. He's a gay Catholic. He's the first Catholic to be honest about it. He's the first Catholic to be honest about his sexuality, and they're like, "Oh no, we can't. We got to shut him up."
Yeah, we can't have that. Big Catholic got after you.
Big church. But one of the look, Trump does have a lot of steam behind his campaign right now. He had Tulsi Gabbard join over the weekend and endorse him. She joined him on the campaign trail for a second. He's had obviously the RFK backing, and now they're talking about this "Make America Healthy Again." And RFK kind of has this whole plan. He wants to put forth once he becomes, or once Trump is elected and he is awarded his cabinet position. He's got this campaign to make America healthy again, and a lot of it revolves around the food. I don't know how much you've looked into this or heard about this, but there's a lot of controversy surrounding our food lately. Chucker, how much do you know, man?
Well, I do know that, and I learned this from the Moint Box commercial, that there's stuff that we can give our pigs that China does not allow. Even China does not allow to give their pigs.
Right.
And
there's actually a caveat on that. So the Chinese are allowed to feed the pigs that they sell to the United States with those things. They're not allowed to feed the pigs they sell to their own people, supposedly, with those things. Right.
Well, here's a couple things. One, if we're consuming meat or fish, it does not need to come from any other country.
Agreed.
Same with fruits.
Yep.
And two, we've got to, if you go to the store and buy a can of beans, okay, there's canned food in its honest preparation of a canned food is not a bad thing.
Right. Correct.
But if you go buy a can of beans and it's got something other than the beans and the seasoning that's on the beans listed on the can, there's a problem.
We've got an issue. Yes.
So what if it don't last on the shelf for 50 years?
Sure.
You know, how do we know? Okay, so they have to put a expiration date on there.
Yep.
How do we know that when they put that expiration date on it, that stuff ain't already been in the can for a year or two?
We don't.
You know, and it's just sitting there waiting.
We don't know that. The back catalog of Bush's baked beans, like they've got this stockpile.
Yeah, or like say you got beans coming from China.
Yeah, okay, sure.
And the expiration date is a year after you bought it. So it would be what, October 28th, 2025. Say that's the expiration date. Well, how long ago was that actually made? How many summers ago was that grown before it was put in a can and put on the boat to come over here?
Interesting question, man. And there's again, there's a lot of interesting questions that people are starting to ask about our food. You know, unfortunately there's a lot of crazy studies. Like, let me throw a couple at you. Like 97% of all vegetables sold on our shelves now have glyphosate in them, which is Roundup. That's insane. Why do 97% of all of our vegetables have glyphosate in them? I can answer that, but these are questions we need to be asking.
I could get a Roundup expert on the show, but we'll have to like put him in a silhouette and change his voice.
Yeah. I'd actually really like that. I'd have a lot of questions, man.
I'm going to tell you, he's pro Roundup.
That's fine. That's great. Convince me. Make me pro Roundup.
And you've met him.
You know what I mean? Convince me. I would love it.
Okay.
And I'm not even like necessarily against it. I just want, like, it doesn't belong in our bodies, right? Glyphosate's not something we should be ingesting. I don't think.
If it tells you to wear protection when you're using it to kill weeds, you probably don't want to eat it.
Right. Well, and we talked about Frankie fish sticks the other week, right? I mean, just change the water. That's another thing. There's a different type of Lucky Charms that has to be sold in all these other countries because they don't allow regular Lucky Charms into their country, whereas we do. There was actually protests going on outside the Kellogg's headquarters not that long ago, right here in America. People were a bunch of parents were out there like protesting with signs and everything, talking about poisoning their children. You know what I mean?
We've got the frozen waffle recall.
The frozen waffle recall. There was a frozen chicken recall, I think, not that long ago as well.
Look, I got a question. So are we going into, can we go into that I had on the notes about the frozen waffles now?
Yeah.
Okay, it's got harmful bacteria in it.
Okay.
Which is,
are these Eggos?
These are Eggos. So like you've had a McDonald's hamburger recall, which I don't understand exactly how you recall a hamburger.
I don't either. It was an E. coli thing, right?
A listeria outbreak with a bunch of the frozen foods.
Oh.
Now, if you cook it, don't it kill the bacteria? I don't know how that works.
I'm sure there's certain temperatures for every single little disease and virus, whatever.
Are we just taking our waffles out? And I know my little waffles that I like so much have not been on the shelf. So I'm a little worried.
Dude, who's taking the frozen waffle out and just eating it like that?
Evidently somebody's doing that, or we wouldn't have this problem.
Oh, man.
Now you can't tell me, all right, when you get a regular Eggo,
yeah,
not the little ones that I like, because the little ones I like are like the like when you go to Chili's and you get the chicken and waffles.
I do.
They look like that, and they're like a Uncrustable. So you pull it out and you can let it sit on the counter, or you can throw it in the microwave for 10 seconds.
Okay.
Anyway. But who's pulling a regular Eggo out and just letting that thing kind of thaw out and then munching on it while they're riding the school bus? You know what I'm saying?
Not this white boy, dude. I am not doing that.
and there that daggum Eggo waffle, a regular Eggo, it ain't never seen wheat. There ain't no wheat in that thing. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't no telling what is actually in that Eggo, man. It's air. It's baked air. It's like baked. Somehow they managed to put air into a little bit of a solid. There's definitely nothing to those things. Oh, imagine the psychopath who's just eating a frozen Eggo, though.
All right, so here's the ingredients in a Eggo home style waffle. Enriched flour. So enriched flour in itself is a bad thing. Vegetable oil, sugar, leavening, eggs, soy lecithin, whey, vitamins and minerals. Okay. It should just be flour, vegetable oil, sugar.
Yeah, maybe some eggs or whatever, right?
And eggs.
Yeah. That should be it.
And there's more. Okay, so when you read the ingredients of something, whatever the order of it written is, it's got more. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So it's got more sugar in it than it does eggs.
Insane, dude. It's insane. All right. All of this is leading me into the conspiracy corner.
All right. Hit that button.
Oh yeah. Where is it? Here it is, man. Are we being poisoned? Is the United States population being poisoned on purpose through the food and water? Whether it be the microplastics, apparently Americans eat on average a credit card worth of plastic every week and they don't even know it. Are the American people being poisoned on purpose for, shall we say, mind control? Or maybe not in the sense that they're going to put thoughts into your brain, but that they make you more docile and easier to deal with as a population, make you more compliant. Because like the microplastics, one thing they're finding with the microplastics in the food is that, I think we talked about this, it's shrinking the taint.
Yes, we've heard about that from Joe Rogan.
Yeah. And it's making men more feminine. So like, is this on purpose to make us more compliant and easier, like more sheep-like? What do you think, man? That's the conspiracy. Are we being poisoned by the food companies and maybe the drug companies? Maybe it's the medical establishment. Who knows? Maybe it's big pharma.
The problem is that we've got the medical company, the big pharma owns big food.
Right. Yeah.
So the ones that are selling the sickness are selling the cure.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you like that music I got going?
I noticed it. I like it. I heard someone say something recently, and it kind of shook my bones a little bit. And he said, we're not living longer anymore. We're dying longer. And that just kind of rattled my bones a bit. You know what I mean? We've just kind of figured out how to die longer, and I don't know if that's a good thing, dude. We're a really sick population. Diabetes is skyrocketing. The consumption of like whole red meat is going way down. Like, I don't know what's going on with us as a population. I wonder, you know what I mean? I wonder. But that's the conspiracy corner this week, man. What do you think? How many beans do you give it? What do you think the probability is that the American people are being poisoned on purpose?
I'm going to say that's a 70%. It's a three beans possibility.
3 beans. Okay.
Yeah.
I like it. 3 beans sounds about right, man. I think there is a lot to do with, like, some of it may have gotten started with figuring out how to make things cheaper and greed, like good old classic American corporate greed.
Yeah.
Just figuring out how to make things cheaper and what lab ingredients can we use rather than natural ingredients, what's easier and more accessible to get, those types of things. But I think that kind of, unfortunately, has turned into potentially poisoning us.
Yeah, well, okay. So as the free market has done its thing, they have sacrificed people's health in the name of free market capitalism.
Sure.
And now when we get into that, and Trump's like, well, I don't like regulation. Okay, he said that in the podcast a lot.
For sure. Especially against the EPA.
Yeah. But at the same time, how do you have free market, but you say you can't regulate and sell, you got to regulate it and say you can't sell poison? Right.
How do you do that? You have to do that through a government agency, right?
Right, because capitalism is not going to self-regulate people's health. It's going to self-regulate the bottom line.
Profit. Yeah.
So
that's true.
And that's where it's like.
But the corruption has entered the FDA and all of those other agencies, right? And I mean, that's the issue. That's the issue we have. I mean, I think it's been proven now that the FDA was paid off by the sugar companies way back in the day to demonize trans fat, right? And say that sugar was fine, and that trans fat was actually the culprit of a lot of the heart problems. But yet we see the consumption of meat going down, and diabetes is still skyrocketing. So, I mean, tell me how that works.
Well, we need to eat. Okay, what did your grandparents eat?
Oh, meat and potato and vegetable and bread every dinner.
Skinny.
Every dinner, yeah. They were regular sized people.
Okay.
They were regular sized people.
That's pretty much what I eat.
Yeah.
And I am not skinny. I don't eat a lot of candy. I'm not constantly snacking.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, the chemicals that are in the food have made they don't like me. So I almost have to starve myself to be your size.
So there is something to it. Like
me and you both enjoy a lot of the same foods.
Oh, sure. I'm sure.
I ain't trying to call you out, but you eat a frozen dinner every night.
Every night. Nasty. Terrible for you.
Heavily processed.
Heavily processed.
Yet you're not, it's not affecting you like that for whatever reason.
Sure. I think that's genetics, right? But like, because I can eat, and I've counted before, I can eat 4,000 or 5,000 calories a day and not gain any weight.
I
won't gain it.
To not gain and kind of lose a little bit, I have to eat around 2,300.
Wow.
If I'm counting calories.
Wow.
And that sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, because that means you're shooting for like 700, 800 a meal if you're going to eat 3 meals that day.
Yeah.
And I mean, that can get really limiting really quick. That means like no eating out. Every single restaurant food everywhere is over that.
Like if I go get, say, fajita nachos at a Mexican restaurant.
Yeah.
That's 1,500 calories at least.
Yeah, exactly.
Not counting the 500 chips I ate before the food got there.
Yeah, exactly. And all the cheese dip and all that.
Yeah. So
yeah, man. I mean, we know our food's screwed up. I'm just hoping that as a country, we can get this thing fixed. We can get pointed in the right direction. I've been hopeless on that particular topic, as well as big pharma. You know what I mean? I think the medical establishment is almost lost at this point. Like, I'm pretty hopeless as far as that goes. But if there is a way that we can turn this thing around, I hope it happens. And RFK is, for all of his faults, man, he really cares. I think he really cares about the health of America and Americans. And so it's a good guy to put at the helm of it, that's for sure, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Pasteurization is bad for us.
Oh, pasteurization like of milk and stuff?
Yeah, I think that's more. It is worse for us than the actual not have it. They try to put it off as, well, you got to have it pasteurized so it's good for you. But what they're doing, it goes back to that shelf life thing.
Yeah, I don't like that.
It's like I pulled up ingredients of cheese, and I just put in I just searched Kroger cheese ingredients. I'm not trying to call out Kroger. And this is the AI overview of according to Google, and it says Kroger cheeses typically can contain the following ingredients: pasteurized milk, cheese culture, salt, and enzymes. Then it goes on to say other ingredients may include are annotate tote for color, potato starch, cornstarch, dextrose, calcium sulfate to prevent caking, nitazene, a lot of things.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's like a bunch of things you can't pronounce already. And this is cheese.
This is cheese. This is something that's supposed to be that you're told, okay, eat your dairy.
Yeah.
Even by fitness people and the gurus are like, well, eat your dairy. Okay, well, I'm going to eat my dairy, but where do I buy cheese that's just cheese?
Right.
And then when you do go to buy that cheese, it's $10 for a block instead of $2.99.
Right, because it's not that government cheese they've stored in a cave for 3 years.
Yeah. You ready for a meme?
I am, dude. Send it over.
All right. My appointment put off till tomorrow, so I don't have to rush like we thought we were going to.
I gotcha.
Let's see here. I could send that since we're talking about cheese. I could send that one you sent me.
Oh, which one? Oh, gosh, no. Oh, that one was good. I like the one with a cat.
Yeah.
You know, people got those black cat superstitions or whatever.
Dude, this is no words on this meme. But from one, I think you'll find that interesting.
All right, I'm pulling it up, Oh, gosh. Yeah, this is a good way to wrap up summer, man. We've got a snare drum on a stand, and they put a griddle instead of the drum, like batter head.
Yeah.
Where on the snare drum, and they've got a propane tank hooked up to it. They've made a grill out of a snare drum, grilling some what is that? Some hot dogs or something? What do they got? Some brats?
Yeah. You think about that. You can put that in a case and take it with you.
Hey, it's not a bad idea.
It's not.
It's not a bad idea.
But you got to
find one of those steel drums, though.
Yeah. You can't use fiberglass on that one. You got to go old school cheap snare drum.
Yeah, and just put you a griddle, a little grate down on the bottom. Yeah, be perfect.
Yeah. Well, that brings us to the conclusion of our show. The meme was a little weak today. I'm not going to lie.
No, I like it. I like it. Episode 168 in the books, man. We've done this so many times.
Shout out Eating Chambers.
That's right. As always.
Maybe Pushing Like a Dump Truck. I don't even know if it exists anymore.
It's still out there.
Yeah, it's still up there. Go listen to that one episode over and over again.
It's in the ether. So,
and don't go chasing waterfalls.
That's it. Signed out.
No. See you.
Later, Nightshifters.